Hello, you are watching another episode of Cook Smart, Not Hard. I'm Aadam the Artist. I am your host, the only one you've got today. Anyhow, a lot of people love steak. A lot of people can't really afford to get sirloin every night. So what I've got here is 2 chuck eye steaks, and I'm going to show you how to make a cheap steak taste good. First thing that I can really say is everybody has their own dry rub or marinade that they really like. That's all great. I'm here to talk about 2 ingredients. They may surprise you, but you've already seen the title, so probably not that much. First one, this little brown sauce here. This is not Worcestershire sauce. This is not coffee. This is soy sauce. It is fucking amazing on a steak. Try it, please. The second one, when you saw that, you were probably thinking, oh, there's the coffee. No, I'm talking about dry coffee grounds. The fresher, the better. Not already brewed, but fresh coffee grounds. Now, what we're going to do is do my proprietary sort of dry rub, sort of marinade thing, and we're gonna cook it and eat it and fucking enjoy it. First things first, this is a pretty quick marinade that I'm going to do. It's almost a dry rub. Typically, when using soy sauce, I recommend marinating it for a good 8 hours. Like, it's amazing. But this will still give us an amazing flavor anyway. This is Cook Smart, so we are trying to cook fast as well, and this will give you flavors quickly as well. So we're just gonna pour the soy sauce on top of our steaks. Immediately follow that up with the coffee. Use it like you would any other seasoning. This is basically just gonna cook into our sear. Doesn't have to be removed. You will be fine. Don't overdo the coffee, but it is an amazing ingredient and I urge you to try it. Everything we're doing to the top side of the steak, we're going to do to the bottom as well. Once we've got our coffee on, I like to use a little bit of freeze-dried chive. Sort of gives that green onion flavor on our steak. These are not quite dry enough to crumble. Typically, I recommend when using dry spices on a steak that you break them to sort of activate some of those aromatics. Parsley. Why am I using parsley? I just like to. There's really no particular reason. Everybody has their own sort of flavor profiles they go for. I don't really want to show you much more than using soy and coffee because that really will change your life. It's a little too much salt. Going to use some smoked granulated garlic, paprika. You guys are gonna get tired of the same old spices every day. Just kidding, they're fucking delicious. Onion powder, freeze-dried cilantro, fresh cracked pepper. Now do all of that to the other side. It's time to sear our steaks and then turn the temperature down and cook them. That's right, I'm cooking them all in one pan. I'm not going to transfer them to the oven as Gordon Ramsay would have me do, because while they're thick cuts, They're not fucking sirloin. I'm not gonna treat them like they are. I'm gonna make them taste good and cook them and then eat them. That's what this is. It's a cooking show. Alright, so obviously the longer you can let these marinate, the better, but we are trying to do this rather quickly. So we'll just throw them in. These have literally been marinating for maybe 5 minutes. Let that oil get hot before you put your steaks in. Put them in the pan and don't fucking touch them. You're gonna have to gauge it by the thickness of your meat and the heat, the temperature that you have your pan. But we're basically going to let a really nice sear happen on both sides. And don't fucking touch them. Don't fucking touch them. Don't fucking touch them. We're just gonna cook half and then cook the other half. Since we're not transferring them to the oven, our sear is also our cooking process. We have our crust, so it is time to flip them. Got a nice crust on them. And don't fucking touch them. And we just let them cook. Let it do its thing. Cook them how you want to. I just love the pan-seared flavor. It locks in a lot of moisture. It's just a good way to kind of elevate a cheap steak. When you have flipped your steaks, put a little bit of butter on top of them. Like, it's not completely necessary, so if you have a health reason or just don't really want the greasiness of the butter, don't do it. They are done. I've pulled them from the pan. I've got them resting now. Always rest your steak. And then throw it on a plate. Throw some fucking fancy parsley bullshit on top of it. Put some fucking accoutrement and make it look delicious. And then serve it to somebody. Or eat it yourself. Fucking put a picture of it on Instagram. Who the fuck would do something like that? Anyhow, hit like, hit subscribe, and as always, thanks.